oddities and wonders of animal reproduction. I'll show you the most incredible animal births caught on camera. You'll see the vivipara process on land and underwater. You'll find out which animals lay giant eggs, which animals give birth to millions of babies, and which animals can give birth to real mutants. In this episode, I'll show you how babies are born through mouth and back and how animals are reborn by shedding their skin. Definitely worth seeing. Sit back, relax, and see oddities and wonders of animal reproduction. Tigers. The pregnancy period lasts between 90 and 105 days, after which the female gives birth to a litter in which the number of puppies ranges between 2 and 4 usually. However, the mortality rate among the young is high. In general, no more than 1 or 2 puppies live after the lactation period. Leopards. Gestation period lasts from 90 to 100 days. She then gives birth to 3 to 5 small puppies. Her weight at birth ranges between 150 and 300 grams, and she is small in size. Rhinoceros. A female rhinoceros carries one fetus for 18 months, and the newborn weighs about 45 kilograms. Sea dog. A female dogfish gives birth to one baby after gestation for 240 days. And the mother must remain fasting while breastfeeding. This is because food sources are hundreds of kilometers away from the place of birth. This combination of fasting and breastfeeding requires mothers to produce thick, fat-rich milk, which provides the young with large amounts of energy at a time when they often do not eat or drink. The giraffe. She carries one fetus, and the mother giraffe's gestation period is approximately 15 months. This long gestation period is necessary to allow the young to grow to a suitable weight in the safety of the mother's womb. The weight of a baby giraffe at birth ranges between 47 and 70 kilograms. The horse. The horse's gestation period is about 11 months or 340 days. But it may range from 320 to 370 days. The mare usually carries one foal. The mare usually gives birth in the spring, and rarely gives birth to twins. Kangaroo. The gestation period for a female kangaroo ranges from 1 month to 40 days. One day before giving birth, the female cleans her pouch to prepare it for the new baby. After the baby is born, he crawls himself towards his mother's pouch until he enters it. Then he grabs the nipple of milk available inside the pod firmly. The child is distinguished by the fact that its length does not exceed 2 centimeters, and its weight does not exceed 8 grams. It stays inside the pouch for 190 days, and never leaves it, so that it eats and sleeps inside it. Then, after he is 7 months old, he leaves the pouch to search for food, but if he feels in danger, he returns to his mother's pouch to hide. Rabbits. The duration of pregnancy for a rabbit ranges from 28 to 33 days. The rabbit is distinguished by its ability to mate at all times of the year, with the exception of cold regions, in which it mates between February and October. Also, the female can get pregnant 8 times a year, which made her breed quickly. The female can give birth in each pregnancy from 3 to 9 young, meaning that the total number of young per year may reach between 50 and 60 young. The lion. The average gestation period is about 110 days. Then the female lays a litter consisting of 1 to 4 cubs in an isolated lair. Cubs are born blind, and their eyes do not open until a week after birth. It weighs between 1.2 and 2.1 kilograms. The elephants. Elephants are placental mammals that reproduce by parturition. The female gives birth to one baby after a gestation period of 21 to 22 months. The elephant is distinguished by its huge head and large ear flaps. Llama. Llamas breed in the southern hemisphere in late summer and fall. In the period between November and May. The gestation period in female llamas lasts for about 11 months. The female llama gives birth to one young at a time. Alpaca animal. Alpacas give birth once a year, and the gestation period for alpacas ranges from 242 to 345 days. And she gives birth to only one young, and the birth process may take up to 7 hours, and the alpaca babies, called cria, weigh from 8 to 9 kilograms at birth.
The cria are weaned at 6 to 8 months, and the females are ready to breed again at 12 to 15 months. Males take longer to mature and are ready to mate in 30 to 36 months. Alpacas live up to 20 years. Alpacas are unique and wonderful creatures, due to their ability to adapt to almost any climate. They are also safe, do not bite or hurt anyone, and are safe for children. Their droppings are also ideal fertilizers.
Crocodiles. Of fertile animals, each female crocodile, of all types, lays between 20 to 90 eggs, as she lays her eggs in plant debris or in the sand. And the eggs hatch as a result of the heat emitted by the plants or the heat of the sun. At a temperature of 31 to 34 degrees Celsius, males are produced, and less than that, females are produced, and the eggs hatch after 90 days. Females usually guard the eggs and protect them from predators, yet a large portion of the eggs are lost as food for these animals. After the eggs hatch and the young come out, the mother takes care of them and carries them to the water's edge. Lizards. Some lizards give birth to young after the eggs hatch inside the female's body, while reproduction takes place in some other types of lizards in a manner similar to reproduction in mammals, where her young get food from the mother's body during their formation. They give birth to their young like mammals, but unlike female mammals, they do not take care of their young or feed them after giving birth to them. Birth in gray stingfish. Stingrays are ovoviviparous, bearing live young in litters of 5 to 13. During this period, the female's behavior transitions to support of her future offspring. Females hold the embryos in the womb without a placenta. Instead, the embryos absorb nutrients from the yolk sac, and after the sac is depleted, the mother provides uterine milk. After birth, the offspring generally disassociate from the mother and swim away, having been born with the instinctual abilities to protect and feed themselves. In a very small number of species, like the giant freshwater stingray, Urogymnus polylepis, the mother cares for her young by having them swim with her until they are 1/3 of her size. At the Sea Life London Aquarium, 2 female stingrays delivered 7 baby stingrays, although the mothers have not been near a male for 2 years. This suggests some species of rays can store sperm then give birth when they deem conditions to be suitable. Birth of monkeys. How are monkeys born? With the back of the baby's head lined up with the back of the mother's birth canal and the shoulders providing little resistance. The monkey infant usually passes through to emerge facing in the same direction as the mother, occiput posterior, who typically guides it towards her chest as the baby is born. How many times a year do monkeys give birth? Single young are born approximately every 1 to 2 years, 3, 19, 29, 31, from 3 to 20 years of age, 18, 29. Higher-ranked females reproduce more often, from an earlier age, and have higher infant survival rates. How do anaconda snakes reproduce? Mating generally occurs from March to May during the dry season. Males form groups of up to 13 snakes and mate with one female. They form a breeding ball, where the males surround the female and compete for access to her cloaca. The mating can last for up to a month, in which time the female will mate several times. Like all boas, anacondas do not lay eggs, instead, they give birth to live young. The young are attached to a yolk sac and surrounded by a clear membrane, not a shell, as they develop in their mother's body. This ensures they are kept at a fairly constant temperature and are protected from predators. How do the bear reproduce? Not only are male bears promiscuous, but females often have more than one mating partner. Breeding season begins in May and lasts until early July, with mating mainly occurring during June. The implantation of the fertilized eggs, called blastocysts, is delayed until the start of denning season. If the female does not attain sufficient body fat or weight during the summer and fall, the embryos will not attach to the uterine wall and subsequently develop into little bears. Cubs are born in the den in January or February. Litter size ranges from 1 to 6, depending on the species and the productivity of the surrounding habitat. Cubs weigh 1/10 as much as human babies and are born blind. Once they have left the womb, they find their way to their mother's teats where they feed on milk, and grow, until the spring. Pandas. Reproduction, giving birth. Giant pandas panda cub and its mother. Giant panda gestation is 3 to 5 months, and cubs are usually born in late summer, August mostly, in hidden hollow trees or natural dens, where branches, dry grass, etc. are made into a kind of nest. Normally giant pandas give birth to a single cub. Even if a female has 2 cubs, she would normally choose to take care of one and abandon the other. Panda cubs grow quickly. They stay with their mother for 1.5 to 2 years. When cubs leave their mother depends on if she conceives. They are fully grown in 4 years, up to 150 kilograms or 330 pounds. Giant pandas are fully mature and able to breed at 4 to 6 years old, females at 4, males at 6, while captive giant pandas mature 2 to 3 years earlier. Pigs. How do pigs give birth? In general, the fluid from the uterus is released out of the birth canal, breaking of the membrane sac, and piglets are pushed down the birth canal. Most piglets are delivered every 15 to 20 minutes, but can occur faster or slower. How many times a pig can give birth? Pregnancy in pigs lasts for 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days. A well-fed sow will produce at least 10 piglets, litter, from each pregnancy and may have 2 litters each year. Cows. How do cows give birth? Cows typically choose to lay down on their side as the calf moves into the pelvic canal with each contraction. The farmer will watch her closely and look for progress every 15 to 20 minutes. First one front foot, then the other, followed by a nose, and a head. Donkeys. How do donkeys give birth? Like the majority of animals, donkey foals are usually born at night. Normal presentation is a diving position with the head between the forelegs. Stand back and quietly watch, apart from carefully ensuring, when the foal is born, that its nostrils are free from any membranes or mucus. Goats. How do goats give birth? Some goats will give birth lying down, while others prefer to stand. Some will even walk around and eat as the kid is coming out. When birth starts, the goat might rock a bit and push. A bubble filled with liquid will appear from her vagina. How do goats lay when giving birth? The kid should be right side up with the front feet first, with legs extended and the head lying between the knees and pasterns in a diving position. After the water sac breaks, the doe should start to give birth within 30 minutes to 1 hour. Do goats give birth on their own? A goat is more than capable of handling this on their own. However, there are very rare cases where they might require some help. So if you are close by and see your goat giving birth, go be with her. Gestation length in goats is 145 to 155 days, average 150 days, and can be affected by breed, litter weight, environment, and parity. Sheep. How do sheep give birth? Most ewes will lamb unaided, and about 95% of lambs are born in the normal presentation, 4 feet first. A normal delivery usually takes 5 hours from the start of cervical dilation to the delivery of the lamb, 4 hours for the dilation of the cervix and 1 hour for the actual delivery. Typically, sheep give birth about 2 times a year during the lambing season, but the number of lambs birthed can be multiple. A sheep can birth about 2 to 6 lambs a year. Of course, there are some breeds of sheep that carry 4 lambs at a time than other breeds. Cats. How do cats give birth? Once your cat starts to give birth, strong contractions and straining will begin. The first kitten is normally born within 30 minutes of straining starting, and following kittens should come every 10 to 60 minutes. Kittens are normally born inside a thin sac, which your cat should tear off, enabling them to breath. How many days dogs pregnant? The typical cat pregnancy will last between 63 to 65 days, or about 9 weeks. However, there are exceptions to the rule. Just like humans, cats can sometimes give birth a little early or a little late. If you think your cat is pregnant, it is best to confirm it with your veterinarian. How many cat puppies? Cats have an average of 4 to 8 kittens per litter, although it's normal to encounter larger and smaller litters. For example, first-time cat moms often have just 2 or 3 kittens. In case you're curious, the largest litter of kittens on record was a group of 19, born in 1970. Dogs. How do dogs give birth? Most puppies are born head first, but some come tail first. Puppies are born inside a thin sac, which the mother will remove, enabling them to breathe. After each puppy, your dog should pass afterbirth, placenta, which they often eat. How many days dogs pregnant? How long are dogs pregnant for? A dog pregnancy can vary between 56 to 70 days. Typically, puppies should arrive about 63 days, just over 2 months, after conception. How many puppies dogs? Range from 1 to 12 puppies, with 5 to 6 puppies being average across all dogs.
Be sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on.